Hello, this is the third part of the tutorial to create custom items for iClone and Character Creator. Before we go in Blender to rig and weight paint the hair onto the body, we first have to do one more thing. In iClone Character Creator, we have to export our model as an FBX file. So click on File, Export to FBX, and then Clothed Character. I don't need the motion, so I will deselect this option and click on Export, and then give it a name and save it. Yes, and then we can minimize Character Creator and open Blender. For this tutorial to work, you will at least need version 2.77a of Blender. I tried in previous versions, but the FBX exporter in Blender had some issues and it didn't import in Character Creator as it should. So keep in mind, you need at least version 2.77a or above. I will now activate the screencast keys so you can follow along better. You can now see which key I press. First, let's import the OBJ character we created in the first part of the tutorial. Here it is. To zoom out with the camera in Blender, simply scroll the mouse wheel. To rotate the camera around your model, simply hold the mouse wheel, click it and hold it while you drag. And to pan the camera, hold down the shift key and the mouse wheel at the same time and drag. First thing we are going to do is create a scalp mesh. The scalp mesh will be used to attach the hair mesh we created in ZBrush, but also to make the import in Character Creator easier. So let's do that. First, select the mesh. The outline will change to a light orange when the mesh is selected. Then click on this button and choose Edit Mode, or you can also use the hotkey, the Tab key, and it will automatically change to edit mode. Then click on the Face Select button, the one with the square on it, and press the A key to deselect everything. Then click on Select and choose Circle Select, or you can also choose the hotkey, the C key, and as you notice, the cursor changed to a circle. To change the size of the circle, simply scroll the mouse wheel. I prefer a small circle to make the selection more precise. Also keep in mind, while you are in circle select mode, you cannot move the camera or rotate it. So you have to go out of circle select mode by right clicking the mouse, like so. And now to go back in circle select mode, simply press the C button again. And let's select the faces we want the scalp mesh to be. To deselect a face from the selection, press the shift key and click on the face you don't want in the selection. And now let's repeat the same steps to define the shape of the scalp mesh. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I will make it as good as possible, or as clean as possible, like so. Perhaps a bit more here. Okay, looks fine. And now, with the faces still selected, press the P button or the P key and choose the first option by selection. As you notice, Blender created a new mesh for us. This is the one, and this mesh we will export as our scalp mesh. But first, let's get rid of some unwanted materials. To do so, right click on the name, not the icon but the name, right click on it, choose unlink. We will keep the skin head but we don't need the fingernail, and we also don't need the toenail material. So now let's give them a better name. Let's call this one CC_scalp. Character creator uses the CC prefix, so I keep the same. Let's also call this one CC_scalp, and let's call this one skin scalp. There. Now with the scalp still selected, click on File, Export, OBJ, choose this option, Selection Only, then give it a name. I called mine Scalp OBJ, and click Export. Then click on File, New, reload startup file. Okay, and let's import the scalp we just created. You will have to zoom out a bit to see the mesh. There it is. Perfect. Then import the head mesh we created in the second part of the tutorial. And as you see, the head mesh and the scalp mesh are correctly positioned, but we will rename the hair mesh to something better. Let's call it cc underscore hair. Same for this one, cc underscore hair, and let's call this one hair mat. To rename, you simply double click on the name and then type in whatever you want. Now select the scalp mesh by clicking on the scalp name, and then using holding the shift key you select the hair. So with the scalp mesh still selected, hold down the shift key and select the hair, and then press Ctrl J, and this will join both meshes together while still keeping the materials for both. So we still have the hair mat and also the skin scalp material. And with everything still selected, click on File, Export to OBJ. I called mine hair complete, export, and then we are going to import the FBX we exported earlier. So click on import. Perfect. Now to rig the hair onto the mesh or onto the body, first select the hair, the mesh, and then with the shift button pressed, click on the hair mesh and choose and press Ctrl P. Oops. Let me redo that. First click on the body, then hold the shift key and the hair mesh, then Ctrl P. Oh, sorry. First click on the hair, then with the shift key pressed, click on the bone at the bottom, the big one, and then Ctrl P and choose the option with empty groups. This will attach the hair to the skeleton or the armature. And now first select the body and with the shift key pressed, click on the hair mesh and then go in weight paint mode, and if the hair mesh turns blue, it means the weight painting is correct. If the body turns blue, it means you have done the selection in the wrong order, so you will have to do it again. And now click on the button transfer weights and scroll down, and in the source layer use the option by name, and that's it for Blender. except we have to export the model. So export to FBX, and in armatures deselect the add leaf bones, and we can leave everything else and call it hair, for example, and click on export. Then we can minimize Blender and go back in Character Creator and choose the option Create, then load hair accessories and select the hair FBX file, and then we still need the decrypt key file that Character Creator made for us. This is the one. Click open and then OK. And if everything turns green, it means the import has succeeded. As you can see, the cc_hair we created in Blender, and it automatically has the hair type on it. You can also choose to have it over clothing, but I will show you what happens if you have the hair type on it. So click OK. First thing you will notice is that the texturing on the character is a bit weird, but we'll fix that in a moment. First, let's make a prefab out of the hair, but we will first change the material settings on the hair. So go into the material tab, and here you can see all the materials we have for the hair. First, select the scalp material, and let's reduce the opacity to 0 to make it invisible. You can also choose to delete these textures. Then select the hair matte, and of course we don't have any transparency yet, but let's first increase the strength of the diffuse map a bit, and then let's import the same texture of the hair but with transparency on it to fix the transparency issue. Basically it's the same texture but with transparent backgrounds around the hair. And now let's reduce the specularity. Yeah, much better. You can even choose to change the diffuse color. For example, we can use this. It will make it more brown, but I will undo it. Okay, and also you can add a bump map or a specularity or any of the other texture maps available. Also you can make them double-sided. Yes, and even change more settings like so, for example. Yes. We will yes, let's leave it like that. Then with the hair mesh still selected, click on the hair tab, click on custom, and then on the plus button, and let's call this one tut hair, like so. And then let's re-import the project. Yes, load project, no. And now let's test the hair prefab onto the model. Perfect. As you see, the issue on the texturing, the character has been fixed, sorry. And also the hair mesh can work on any other character you create. You can of course tweak as much as you want, but I think it's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it will help you to create custom items yourself. Also, one thing I wanted to show you, when you create a prefab for the hair, it doesn't automatically create the, how we call it, the thumbnail, but we can fix that by like so. For example, let's re-import the hair. Okay, open. Okay, no. Instead of using the hair type, you can choose the cloth type and then choose any layer you want. Click OK. And then with the hair selected, let's first change the material again. First this one, specularity, oops, yes, opacity, specularity, then the hair mat. Let's also reduce the specularity. Okay. Okay, and then instead of saving the hair to the hair tab, let's simply choose the clothing. As you see, now it has a thumbnail created. I haven't found the solution for this problem yet. But yeah, let's call this also. Let's call this one hair tut. Okay. And now you can also use this prefab on other characters. Of course, the physics will probably don't be the same. Yeah, I haven't found the solution for this problem yet, but hopefully this will help for you to create your own custom items. I will now show one more thing. Let's create a new project. Let's use the base mail template. Let's choose this one, load project. And now let's try the prefab. There you go. So as you can see, it works on every other character you create. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.